Hello everyone, my name is Isabella. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. You are going to have to excuse the fan. I live in Australia and it is very, very hot. Now my hair does have a mind of its own today, so we're just going to ignore it. I know it's flying everywhere. We're just going to pretend like it's not, and we're going to talk about my 2023 book goals. I was going to include my life goals, but the goals that I have are just kind of ones that I want to keep to myself at the moment. But I'm sure you guys don't really mind anyway, because this is a book account, so you'll probably hear from my book content regardless. So we're going to get into it. I haven't actually thought about my goals before this, like I have no plan. We're just going to go with it. So the first goal that I would have would be my Goodreads goal. Now I set my Goodreads goal last year or this year, I don't know when I'm posting this, 2022. I set my 2022 goal to 70 books and I reached it towards the end of November, and I really liked that number because I didn't feel pressured, and I do not want to feel pressured with my Goodreads goal. It's achievable for me, but it also like gives me room, you know. So I decided I'm going to stick with my number 70 for next year as well. Maybe the year after I'll up it to 75, but I'm happy with 70. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. Like I've seen a lot of people who are like reading all of these books because they haven't like reached their Goodreads goal. I don't want to feel that. Like Goodreads is just meant to be fun for me, but I am the type of person that if I haven't reached it, it will drive me crazy. So I don't want to do that to myself. So we're going to set it to 70 because that's achievable for me personally. And yeah, it allows me to have a personal life. Not that I really have one, but you know. The second goal I have for myself has to do with series. This is a goal that I actually had this year, or I have to stop saying this year because I don't know when I'm posting this. That is a goal that I had for 2022. Was to finish series, and I failed miserably. I think I completed like maybe 2 series. It was bad. So my goal for next year is to complete series. I have a ton of series on my TBR. I'm going to be doing it like a separate video dedicated to my series that I want to read in 2023 because there's a lot. If I don't complete every single one, I'm not going to be upset, but I do want to complete some of them, and I just really want to focus on series rather than standalones, even though I kind of prefer standalones. I don't know, there's just a lot. Like I want to read Harry Potter, the Fellowship of the Air trilogy, These Violent Delights duology. I want to read The Shadowhunters. I want to read, I want to get into Robin Hobb. I want to read the Throne of Glass series. Like there's a lot. It's a lot. So I want to really focus on starting those series and getting as much reading done as I can, focusing on series. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The next thing I want to do in 2023 is read more themed or seasonal books. So I did this for 2022 October. I read like only spooky books, or I tried to, and I really enjoyed that. So I want to do that in 2023, maybe for like September and October, read spooky books, and November, December read like Christmas books, because I literally read one Christmas book in 2022, and it was Kiss It Once for me, which was a pretty decent read. But I want to read more. Like I'm a Christmas girl. I keep my Christmas tree up for a long time. I'm not going to say how long, because like maybe till like February, maybe sometimes year round, you know, we'll see. Anyway, moving on. What'll be number 4? Goal number 4, I think. I want to really focus on reading books that I'm interested in, which like a lot of people would hear that and be like, duh. But like a lot of readers, like myself, don't read books that we actually want to read. We read books that are like hyped, or like a genre that is hyped. For me, it's romance. I have so many romance books. Do I read romance? No, I don't. This kind of just falls in like genre. Like I want to really focus on the genres that I'm reading. I'm really into fantasy. I want to get into sci-fi and not put a ton of pressure to read like romance books, because I feel like in 2022 I was just really trying and I wasn't enjoying anything I was reading, because you know, like I've got to be in the mood, and I very rarely am. If I am, sure, I'll pick it up, but I don't know, there's just very few romance books that can get me. And if it is a romance book, like, see, a good reason that I like Colleen Hoover, like she's very hit or miss, but I recently read Heartbones and I loved it, and the reason for that I think is just because like it's not just romance, like there are so many subplots. Books that are just like rom-coms, girl, I'm bored. Come on, you gotta give me some plot twists, you gotta give me some like something else, you know, like I'm bored. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. I have no idea what number we're on, but my next goal is gonna have to do with my TBR. This is gonna sound so like, girl, duh, but like, I want to read my TBR. I know, that's such a silly goal. Well, friend, I am a book buyer, a very bad one in fact, and I have like over 200 books that I have not read. Yeah, that's right, 200. And it's kind of ridiculous. Like I have 3 full bookshelves. One of them's double stacked. Like I need to read them, and I really want to like nail down. I don't necessarily want to go on a book buying ban because girl, that never works. I need to stop saying girl. I say that all the time. Anyway, it doesn't work, so I'm not gonna do that. But I just want to try and like, I don't know, just not buy as much. Like I'm not gonna say I can't buy anything because there's no way I'm gonna stick to that. But yeah, there's just a lot of and also like you buy books that you're really excited for, and then by the time you get around to reading them, you don't care anymore. Like you're like, oh, I don't want to read that, and it's annoying. I do it literally all the time, and I don't learn apparently because I still do it. And the next goal would be to join some book clubs, join some readathons. Like I want to just try and interact more with people. I'm a very like anxious person when it comes to speaking to new people. I'm fine when you get to know me, like I'm literally so loud and annoying, but like new people, terrifying. So I really want to try and get out of my shell and like join some book clubs, even if they're online book clubs. Like I know so many YouTubers that do them, and I just think it would be nice to interact with people. Maybe, we'll see. That one's kind of like, I don't actually know if I'll do that. I want to, but it's scary, you know. I'd like to read more classics in 2023. This could go into like the genre thing, but I wanted to give it its own because it is a really big focus for me, because I have enjoyed a lot of the classics that I did read in 2022. Little Women is literally my entire personality, so I would like to give them a go. I definitely want to read Frankenstein, but I'm going to wait till October for that, obviously. But I have like The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I tried to read and I couldn't, but like I really want to be that girl that likes it because it's just one of those books, you know. Yeah. I have Pride and Prejudice, again, same thing. Tried to read it. Maybe I just need to, I don't know. We're gonna try again though, because like, come on. I can't be the only one that doesn't like those books, that's wrong. And yeah, there's just a few other classics. I want to read classics because they can be good sometimes. Handmaid's Tale. You need to read The Handmaid's Tale. Like, I've heard so much about that and it sounds actually bizarre, so need to read The Handmaid's Tale. The last goal I have for myself is to really focus on reading from authors that I've enjoyed from the past. Like, there's several authors that I love. T.J. Hamilton, I've read like 1 book from her. I own multiple signed copies because I love her. Like, I love her writing. Why haven't I read more from her? Don't know. C.J. Tudor, my favorite thriller author of all time, and I've read like 2 books from her. When I complete the backlist, like, there's so many authors that I love. Matt Haig is another one. So yeah, I want to give them a go. I probably won't like every single one of them, like V. Schwab, for example. Loved Addie LaRue. Gallant, don't know what that was, but she's no longer on my shelf. Like, there's going to be books I don't like, but I want to try my best to finish some backlists because I just feel like I would feel very powerful if I could say that I've read an author's, like, every single one of their books. That's a brag. If you've done that, you have permission to brag because that's very impressive. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Please feel free to comment down below your reading goals for 2023, and please remember that there's no need to compare. Like, if you're someone that like literally reads or wants to read like 5 books, that's great. Like, there's no comparing. I really want to reiterate that because I think a lot of people put pressure on like how much you read, and I'm a strong believer that it's all about what you read. And even though I like to set myself goals, you definitely don't have to. Read what you want, read how much you want, it does not matter. But if you want to share your reading goals, I would love to read them in the comments. I do try to reply to all of them. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed, and have a good new year. Bye guys.